We began our Kimberley's Road holiday in Broome, Western Australia, famous for its camel rides, rich pearl growing industry, beaches and beautiful sunsets. We had a few days there before we picked up our four-wheel drive rental vehicle and headed north to explore the Gibb River Road.
Well, he's closed.
Yeah.
What a shame.
We drove to Derby and the Boab Prison Tree, to where the Gibb River Road begins. First established as a way to transfer cattle from the outback Kimberley stations to the towns of Wyndham and Derby, this 660-kilometre unsealed road is now described as one of Australia's greatest four-wheel drive adventures. One of the first stops heading east is Winjana Gorge, which is just a short detour from the start of the Gibb. Once part of an ancient barrier reef system, fossilised remains of marine life from this period are found in the gorge's limestone walls. A highlight when visiting is spotting the many freshwater crocodiles that call the gorge home and are usually found lining the water's edge. Further down the road from Winjana Gorge is Tunnel Creek, a 750-metre long underground tunnel and Western Australia's oldest cave system. Part of the walk involves wading through pools of water in the dark, so take a torch and a pair of wading shoes.
A bit tricky, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the rock is
slippery a little bit.
Yes. Bell Gorge is one of the most popular experiences in the entire Kimberleys. It has a wonderful multi-tiered waterfall and large areas to swim and picnic, or you can hike and explore further upstream. Such a wonderful place to relax and enjoy the uniqueness of the place. Adcock Gorge is only a 5-kilometre drive off the Gibb River Road, followed by a short rocky walk, and is usually quiet compared to the many other gorges. You may even be lucky enough to have it to yourself, making it the perfect spot for a swim. At the start of the dry season, there's often a small waterfall running.
Last night the night.
Oh right, how was it?
Great.
How was the food?
Oh, brilliant.
Excellent, because I'm the executive chef. So yeah, all right. Thank God.
Good job I said that.
Yeah, I was waiting for it. It was crap.
Mate, no, that was brilliant.
Excellent.
The food was amazing.
And the service was all good?
Oh,
Which menu were you on last night?
last night we had the lamb.
The lamb rack.
Yes.
And the entree was?
Tiger prawns.
Pomegranate molasses. Oh, good.
No, look.
I'll just come back.
Mount Elizabeth Station is a private cattle station that has opened up to tourists, either camping or in cabins. It's an interesting opportunity to talk to long-time locals about their life in the Kimberleys and the impact of the isolation they face. You also gain access to their own private gorge, Wannamurra, via a true four-wheel drive track that takes a while to navigate but leads down to a river with a fantastic waterfall, many pools and ancient rock paintings. We spent a couple of nights at Home Valley Station, where we had day trips to El Cuestro and the intriguing Zebedee Hot Springs, where many people soak in the small thermally heated pools surrounded by lush palm trees. The road winds along the base of the Cockburn Ranges, showing another aspect of the outback and a stark contrast to the lush springs and gorges. If you are able to manage the 1-hour walk along the river over rocky terrain, it is worth the scenic walk to Emma Gorge. Part of El Cuestro Station, Emma Gorge is picturesque, with its 65-metre droplet waterfall surrounded by cliffs and also containing the trickle of a small thermal spring. As the water is always quite cool, the spring provides welcome warmth while swimming in the bracing waterhole.
That's the intakes for the water that goes down through the hydro power station. So right underneath the coach at the moment, there's two 4-metre diameter tunnels that carry that water through to the hydro power station. Now, no concrete at all in this wall. It's just got this rock on the outside with an impervious clay core to stop it leaking. The total cost to build the dam, $22 million. And the reason it was so cheap to build, all the materials are sourced locally. Now looking out to the right, you can see the boat. We're heading back to Kununurra. If ever the water got within 2 metres of the top of this wall, in which case you'd have 84 Sydney harbours, there's several saddles and ranges surrounding the lake, lower into that wall. The water will run over those saddles and join into the river downstream. Like the Argyle Diamond Mine, for example, prior to the hydro being commissioned in 1996, was burning up to 1 million litres of diesel per week just for its power generation. So looking out to the right is the hydro power station. Now, you're quite privileged today because normally you don't see that valve open on the right, because all the water that's going through the hydro power station has been released 7 metres below the surface. So like if you look across here, you can see it's like a big spa bath in front of those 4 little pipes. But in the unlikely event of a hydro power station shutting down, to maintain the flow of water down the river, they can crack open these 3 big valves. And fully open, the 3 of those will put out about 100,000 litres per second, or 100 tonne per second. The water coming out of those 4 little pipes, that's nothing, that's just a bit of cooling water from the generators.
At the end of the Gibb Road is Ivanhoe Crossing, which is just outside Kununurra, the main centre for the Ord River scheme. In 1967, the Commonwealth Government provided a grant for the construction of the Ord River Dam to provide a major storage reservoir called Lake Argyle. Lake Argyle is now one of the world's largest man-made water bodies and was formed by an earth and rock-filled dam in the Carboyd Ranges. The water is used for irrigation, and with the use of clever engineering of dams, locks and weirs, all the water is gravity-fed, negating the need for expensive pumping. Current irrigated farmed land is approximately 44,000 hectares. From Kununurra, you can take a plane trip over Lake Argyle to the now famous beehive-striped Bungle Bungle Ranges, only made commonly known to non-locals in 1983 and quickly established in Purnululu National Park. The multi-layered sandstone formations, some rising more than 600 feet above the surrounding plains, have numerous paths to let tourists explore the maze of domes, caverns and narrow channels. Its unique geological and historic Aboriginal significance elevated the park to a World Heritage Area in 2003.
So this one here is one of 5 different varieties of native mint that we have here. It's a grevillea, it's Grevillea silantha, spelt P-S-Y, silantha, silent P. But this is the only place on earth it occurs is in the bungle, so.
On the plane trip back, you pass over the Argyle Diamond Mine.
The trucks about before, they're all gone underground now. They only estimate that this underground mine will continue to about 2020 before they can actually call the quits.
Another unique destination, just 30 kilometres northeast of Katherine, is Kimerley National Park, covering a vast area, including 13 impressive gorges carved into the ancient sandstone country, which stretch as far as the eye can see. Because of the richness of Indigenous history, the land was recently returned to its traditional owners, the Jayoan people, resulting in the gorge being renamed Kimerley Gorge, translating to Place of the Cicada Dreaming.
If you are wondering how to tell the difference between a salty and a freshie, there's pretty much two ways you can do it. The best way is to look at their jaw structure. So salties, they have really wide, short jaw structures with large teeth, extremely powerful jaw muscles. Their jaw is more designed for crushing bones and ripping skin and all that sort of ugly stuff. Freshwater crocodiles, they have really long, slender snouts with small teeth, more designed for gripping and holding small prey like fish. So that's the best way you can tell. The other way you can tell is if you are silly enough to be swimming somewhere and you happen to see a crocodile when you're in the water, a freshwater crocodile is going to swim away from you and a salty will swim towards you. You probably guessed it though, it's a little bit too late to be trying to figure out what type of croc it is by that stage. So you just got to make sure you know the spot that you're swimming is safe before you go in.
One of the best ways to experience this park is by cruising along the Katherine River through a 12-kilometre stretch of the Katherine Gorge. Carving its way through the Arnhem Land Plateau, some of the towering cliff faces reach more than 70 metres high. There are several stages to the cruise, with opportunities to land and walk past Aboriginal rock paintings, cascading waterfalls and river rapids, before boarding another boat for the next section. The area is spectacular, and both sunset and sunrise give golden opportunities for photographers and lasting memories for all. Not far away is the 13,800 hectare Elsey National Park, made famous in Jeannie Gunn's popular novel We of the Never Never. Her house is located here and has been made into a museum. There's a natural beauty to this area, including bitter springs at the northern end of the park. This is a 500-metre waterway fed by an underground thermal spring which gently flows down a watercourse lined with cabbage palms. It is very popular for swimmers all year round. A little further south, and also a popular swimming spot, Mataranka Thermal Pool is another favourite, known for its warm springs, which are around 30 degrees Celsius and pump out 30.5 megalitres of water each day. Heading north along the Stewart Highway from Katherine on our way to Darwin is Edith Falls. On the western side of Nitmiluk National Park, and with its series of cascading waterfalls and crystal clear rock pools, it is a delightful place and a fitting last stop to our outback road trip.